Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank the Livable Cities conference team for creating this much needed space and for all the work they have done to make it possible for us to share our finding today. Our presentation is entitled Urban Analysis of Feminization of Energy Poverty in Southern Spain, a Descriptive Approach. Specifically, we will focus on how gender inequality manifests in the study of energy poverty, using the city of Seville as our case study. This research is part of the project Gender Perspective in Energy Poverty in Spain, funded by the Spanish Ministry of Equality. To provide some context, energy poverty is a concept that emerged in the 1990s with the aim of defining this household unable to attain a socially and materially necessary level of domestic energy service. It's an unequal and multidimensional problem shaped by a range of factors and manifesting in different ways depending on the territory. As shown in the figure, its analysis can be approached at multiple scales, from global to territorial, household, and even bodily levels, all of which are linked to the feminization of poverty. Given this unequal and multidimensional nature, identifying households experiencing energy poverty across Europe remains a significant challenge. Depending on the indicator used, between 8 and 16% of European citizens are affected. From an intersectional perspective, energy vulnerability is shaped by social factors such as class, gender, and ethnicity. With regard to gender, numerous studies have shown that women are more likely to experience the negative effects of energy poverty, with impacts on health, housing, well-being, social cohesion, and both political and economic participation. This inequality stems from both the gender pay gap and unequal employment conditions, as well as the fact that women are predominantly support the burden of care and domestic work. They are therefore the most affected by precarious energy service and by issues such as unpaid energy bills. Compounding this, reproductive and care tasks are not recognized as productive work by institutional frameworks, further deepening their vulnerability. In general terms, energy poverty studies do not always incorporate this perspective, and even less so at the local level. If we want strategies and public policies to be truly effective, it will be necessary to develop methods and studies capable of identifying the most vulnerable groups. The objective of this research is to evaluate at a geospatial level the feminization of energy poverty in a Spanish urban context. The city of Seville has been selected as a pilot case, applying a census tract scale. We examine patterns of energy poverty through a gender lens and assess the socio-spatial configurations that may concentrate and amplify women's disadvantage. Seville was selected as it's the largest city in Andalusia, a region in southern Spain with one of the highest rates of energy poverty among its population. To do so, we propose a three-stage methodology. The first stage analyzes the energy characteristics of dwellings. The second examines socio-demographic variables, and the third constructs composite indicators based on all of these variables. For the first phase, energy performance data were obtained from the public database of energy performance certificates, analyzing 4 indicators: total floor area, year of construction, total primary non-renovable energy consumption, and the percentage of energy inefficient dwellings. The second phase focused on socio-demographic variables, and 5 indicators were included: percentage of female-headed household, ratio of women aged over 65, energy burden, percentage of foreign-born women out of the total female population, and the feminization index of the foreign-born population. The last 2 indicators were included to explore the relationship between migration and gender inequalities in energy poverty. Using these indicators, 2 composite indexes were constructed: the Composite Energy Index and the Composite Gender Index, designed to integrate all of these variables into a single analytical framework. The proposed methodology is replicable in any other city across Spain. The results obtained provide highly relevant findings for understanding this phenomenon in the city of Seville. The analysis of energy characteristics revealed that income level is a determining factor, both in households' access to energy service and in their exposure to energy inefficient dwelling. Lower income households tend to have smaller floor areas, lower energy efficiency, and spend a greater proportion of their income to energy cost. Higher income households, despite consuming more total energy, have more space and spend a smaller share of their income on energy. The high percentage of inefficient dwellings across all income quintiles highlights the existing limitation and the need for targeted policies to improve energy efficiency, particularly in low-income areas. The results of the second stage, which focus on gender vulnerability patterns, indicate that inequalities in housing and energy are closely linked to the socio-demographic variables associated with gender. Of particular note that are the combined results relating to female-headed households. Their exposure to energy poverty is most acute in census tracts where the percentage of inefficient dwellings and energy burden are highest. Regarding migration-related indicators, the findings suggest that an income-based approach alone does not adequately capture this dynamic. Following the analysis of individual indicators, the Composite Energy Index and the Composite Gender Index were calculated. The energy indicator shows high values in the city center, indicating greater risk of energy poverty, particularly in areas where many buildings are energy inefficient. The gender indicator also shows elevated values in central Seville, with the most critical results in districts such as Macarena and Cerro-Mate. This gender-sensitive analytical approach is essential for advancing energy policies that address not only economic deprivation but also the social and demographic factors that are condition access to energy service. As we have presented, this study examined the relationship between gender and socio-demographic factors with the aim of identifying urban areas most vulnerable to the impacts of energy poverty. The results demonstrate that income level intersect with gender, producing an unequal spatial distribution of energy vulnerability across the urban environment. The proposed methodology therefore allows us to link different sustainable development goal targets, such as the 5.4 relating to unpaid care and domestic work, and the 7.1 which seeks to ensure universal access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy service. It's hoped that both of the methodology and the finding presented here will be replicated in other Spanish cities, and that, going forward, they will be served as a foundation for developing rehabilitation and energy transition policies that integrate social justice criteria and gender perspective. Thank you.